I'm Jennifer Hambrick, midday host of WOSU Public Media's Classical 101, and also host and producer of Oh Clap Your Hands, Christmas with the Columbus Children's Choir, which will air this Christmas season on Classical 101. I'm speaking with Jeanne Wohlgamuth, who is artistic director of the Columbus Children's Choir. And we are here on Zoom, like everyone is these days, to actually have a brief conversation about this unprecedented year we're having. And also about Classical 101's upcoming Christmas special with the Columbus Children's Choir, which is extremely exciting and really coming up very, very quickly. So thank you so much, Jeanne, for speaking with me today.
Oh, it's definitely my pleasure. I appreciate you doing this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Well, needless to say, it has been an extraordinary year for all of us. But I imagine, especially for you as artistic director of a choral organization and also for your singers, the pandemic has branded singers as super spreaders for the virus. And that has meant that you and the Columbus Children's Choir staff and singers have really had to make some significant changes in plans this season. What are some of the things the choirs within the Columbus Children's Choir organization have done to kind of stay up and running this season?
Well, before I answer that question, I just want to, I think I would be remiss if I didn't thank my families who have committed to sticking with us through thick and thin, no matter what we do during this pandemic. So thank you for allowing me to say that.
Sure thing.
My choir, New World Singers, which is made up of 83 singers, is rehearsing in person. We are the only choir that is rehearsing in person, and I chose to do that because back in August, we didn't know whether we would be moving forward with a lot of our commitments with the symphony and our Carnegie commitment. So I thought there's no way I can rehearse them online. It just would not be beneficial to anyone. So what I did was I took those 83 singers and I divided them into 7 different ensembles. So no more than 15 people in an ensemble. Each ensemble meets for an hour. We follow all of the safety protocols that have been put out by the University of Colorado aerosol study. And we change rooms after every 30 minutes. And we're working on pieces that we would have presented with the organizations that we were responsible to. But we're also working on just individual songs with our individual ensembles, which has been really beneficial for making nice independent musicians out of everyone.
Mhm.
So we're doing that with New World. Then with the remaining choirs, sadly, they are all online doing Zoom rehearsals. And I tell you, I am so fortunate to be working with 5 very creative, very passionate directors who are they're working their tails off to make this work for their singers, and they're doing a great job.
Right, doing a fabulous job with just this just um, I'm looking for the word to describe this situation, this extraordinary situation, this challenging situation for you all.
Right.
Now, oh yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say it's my hope. It was my hope until yesterday that we would be bringing the rest of the ensemble slowly back starting in January.
Mm.
At this point, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but
Right, right. As we are seeing a big surge in virus cases here in Ohio and actually elsewhere in the United States as well. So, well, I think we can all keep our fingers crossed that maybe folks can come back in January. Now, I hope this next question for you, Jeanne, won't embarrass you, but I have it on very good authority that you played Santa Claus a little bit last spring with the seniors who were graduating from high school and from their participation in the Columbus Children's Choir, and who didn't have a chance to participate in the sort of usual end of year send off at the choir's spring concert because of the pandemic that forced that concert to be canceled. So would you mind sharing a little bit about what you did as Santa Claus last spring?
sure. Well, first of all, I didn't have any red suit and I didn't ride around in a sleigh. Chad Baker, my accompanist, and the first thing that I did was I created a yard sign and purchased yard signs for each of the singers. that basically said, "Congratulations, seniors," from Columbus Children's Choir. And then I took that, I made up little gift packages with a gift certificate to Amazon and just little goodies, candy goodies. And Chad and I traveled from from one end of Columbus to the other on 2 weekends, delivering the yard signs and our little goodie packages to all of our singers. We didn't announce this, so for the most part, people were home. Every once in a while, we just got the parents, and depending upon what end of the county we were on, we decided, well, we'll just leave it with the parents, or will we come back, So that was really fun. We had, and the kids, the kids that were home were just absolutely elated with the fact that we would do this for them, and that we spent, our own time, our own personal time driving to their homes. So that's all. It was, it was the most, it was the least that I could do for these kids some of them have been with me for 8 years.
Yeah. Well, what a meaningful gesture. I mean, again, since they didn't get the, if they've been with the Columbus Children's Choir for 8 years and they've seen, 7 years worth of this wonderful spring concert with which has such a festive feel, for everyone, but particularly for the seniors who are graduating. And this year, seniors didn't get that. So yeah, what a meaningful gesture for them. And no sleigh, right? Because it was summer, right? So
no, no beer, no hat.
No red suit. We've already covered that. Okay, so yeah,
a lot of perspiration.
right in summer. Well, because so many performing arts organizations in Central Ohio cannot perform this season at all, or at least on any kind of normal schedule, Classical 101 really wanted to shine the spotlight on you all. And to that end, I have produced a 1-hour special, Oh Clap Your Hands, Christmas with the Columbus Children's Choir, which will air on Classical 101 this Christmas season. The program features the New World Singers, your choir, in recordings of some absolutely gorgeous works appropriate for Christmas that you performed and recorded with the New World Singers. And you were very, very kind to give me the audio of those performances. I can just say it was such a joy listening to those performances and putting together this program. And I can really imagine, how much of a joy it was for you to rehearse and perform these works with the singers, and maybe even looking back on it now under these circumstances, since you're still working with the singers, but under very, very different circumstances. I mean, it must have been just such a joy.
It really was, Jennifer, and I cannot thank you enough for producing this program. When you first contacted me, I thought we were going to be part of many different ensembles being featured, and when I found out it was just us, I was, truly elated. We have never had such media notice, so to speak, But it's always it's my immense pleasure and joy to be working with these kids. They bring so much enthusiasm, so much devotion, so much talent to our organization, and they work so hard every rehearsal, trying to perfect every single note of every single phrase and getting every breath mark right, and having to put up with me, which I'm going to tell you is not an easy feat. 4 hours a week, so it's just been such a joy to work with them. And the songs that we did with you, or that we sent you, were chosen from when we did our solo performance at Carnegie Hall, which was, I can't even tell you the thrill. That was a thrill of a lifetime for me, to stand on that stage and conduct where, people had gone before me that are just so much more famous than I will ever be, And then some of our pieces were chosen from our trip to Austria, when we sang with the Vienna Boys Choir. And then the rest of the pieces were chosen from a solo concert that we did with the Organization of American Kodály Music Educators at their national conference. So yeah, it's just going to be, I was listening to the pieces last night and I thought, yes, this is going to be so exciting to actually, sit back, turn on my radio and just enjoy being enveloped by these awesome voices.
Oh,
And
and yeah, they really, really are awesome voices. I mean, I was getting goosebumps listening to some of their, some of these recordings that you sent me and that are going to be part of this program. I mean, I really was. Again, the repertoire is just super, super gorgeous. I had never heard the Mountain Nights before by Alan Hovhaness, and it is spine-tingling and just such an extraordinary nuanced performance. I mean, what you and your choir are able to do is just really astonishing, and I really honestly cannot wait for this program to air. So speaking of which, I do have some specific air times for you. Oh, Clap Your Hands, Christmas with the Columbus Children's Choir will air on Classical 101 Thursday, December 17th at 8 p.m. Christmas Day at 11 a.m. as well. And that is again on Classical 101, 101.1 FM. Also streaming at wosu.org/classical101. And you can also listen on the free WOSU Public Media mobile app, which if you haven't downloaded our free mobile app yet, it's very easy to do that on our website, wosu.org. So those are the broadcast times, 2 broadcasts of Oh Clap Your Hands, Christmas with the Columbus Children's Choir. Jeanne Wohlgamuth, thank you again so much for taking the time to chat with me today. And again, thank you so much for sending the such beautiful recordings of your work with the New World Singers that we'll have a chance to hear on Classical 101 in the run up to Christmas and on Christmas Day as well. Thank you.
thank you, Jennifer. I truly appreciate it.
Well, it is my pleasure. And once again, Oh Clap Your Hands with the Christmas with the Columbus Children's Choir airs December 17th at 8 p.m. and Christmas Day at 11 a.m. on Classical 101, streaming at wosu.org/classical101. And also you can catch it on WOSU Public Media's free mobile app. I'm Jennifer Hambrick, midday host of Classical 101. Thank you so much and Merry Christmas.